All right, story time. Here's something that I learned early on. I got a $20 million Zillow lead. That's right. In 2016, I just started my team. We hardly knew what we were doing. We got a $20 million oceanfront lead. They wanted to buy on the ocean and they only wanted to be on the direct sand. So that really limited the available inventory. And I had to find the biggest and baddest agents who had pocket listings, who had listings that were directly on the sand. There was another piece of criteria that was really critical. They were big dog people and she liked walking her dog every morning. Not only did they want the backyard to be directly on the sand, so not across a sidewalk or across like boardwalk, but they also wanted front of the house to have a sidewalk to turn directly and go north or south on a sidewalk, not across the street, directly in front of the house. So criteria was criteriaing. It was needle in a haystack vibes, and I got after. Reached out to every single top producer that I could get my hands on, asking if they had anything off market. I was like white on rice. I knew everything backward, forward, sideways. I would go and preview the inventory because that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do when you're working with someone that's out of your depth, whether it be a new area. Don't sell out of your immediate physical area. Don't do that. But if it's out in a different price point, go and preview the inventory so that you're comfy with it. Make sure that you've quite literally been there before. And most agents will allow you to do this off the back of another showing. Anyway, I digress. I had the best properties to show these people, but the one thing that kept recurring over and over again was that the listing agents, in order to schedule the showing, the listing agents wanted proof of funds. They wanted proof of funds, particularly because I was asking all kinds of questions, very much indicating that I was new. Again, don't fake it till you make it. I was disclosing upfront that like I had never sold an oceanfront property before. So like teach me everything. Coastal control line, like tell me everything. And because I was so forthright, I think I kind of spooked a lot of them into wanting proof of funds, which by the way is totally normal. Our high net worth properties require proof of funds or proof of financial capability to be able to see them. And by the way, if you're a good real estate agent, you should require that to show homes, especially if it's owner occupied. So I made the mistake that most new real estate agents do, and that is being completely out of my depth and uncomfortable with asking for proof of funds. Now, when you ask for proof of funds early in the conversation, as in like within the first conversation that you're having with a high net worth person, a very normal question. And I didn't know that. Most people don't know that. Most people that aren't in that high net worth cloth don't know how to say, put me in touch with your wealth advisor, your family office, or your business manager so that I can get proof of funds. In order to schedule these showings, I need to have proof of funds. It's a thing. It's a local custom, but trust you me, when you go to sell your house, you're going to want me to ask for proof of funds to show your house the time, 99% of the time. I don't even need to say that whole thing. I need to say, hey, when you get a chance, if you could send me proof of funds or a letter of financial or fiscal capability, literally a sentence that you say, and then the high net worth person goes, bit, here you go. It's not complicated. But when you're new to real estate, it feels very intimidating to ask that question. So here's what I did. I scheduled all the showings. I kept telling the listing agents, like, I'm getting it. Meanwhile, I didn't know how to even ask him. And then the night before, they came into town. They were staying the Four Seasons. I was supposed to pick them up in the morning. I rented a car, shiny new SUV. I was going to pick them up and do the home tours. And I had listing agents like hammering me, like I have committed the cardinal sin, which I did. I put them in a position to have to schedule this with their high net worth seller. And they were all mad at me, as they should have been. And so that night at like 7 o'clock, I reached out to the buyer and I'm like, hey, by the way, so sorry to ask you this, but a couple of these showings, they want to see proof of funds. In order for us to get in, is there any way you could get me a screenshot of a bank account? That's what I Googled, what I thought it was. That's another issue. Like I didn't really understand proof of funds. That's a whole other. But he was pissed. High net worth people's time is their most valuable asset. And now at 7 o'clock, I was wasting his time having to have him get in touch with his business manager or family office to write me that letter. And he was annoyed, rightfully so. He almost fired me. And it was a really bad look. And I'm here to tell you right now, long-winded. First of all, when you first start is keep great records of all the mistakes that you make in real estate. When you first, I'm actually being serious. Like I love revisiting the mistakes that I made where I'm like, oh, post-mortem notes in my phone are my favorite thing ever. Secondly, the most important thing when you're working with a high net worth person, a rich person. Rich people value their time. They value their time. And it's not weird to ask for proof of funds. If they have it, they will give it to you. Meaning if they have the money, they will give you proof of funds. Asking for proof of funds is not an unreasonable ask, especially when you're scheduling home showings. Now, if you're asking for proof of funds in order for you to like work with them, chill out, like not that serious. But people that have it know how to get it and they usually have it, give it to you. Don't waste their time. The other thing too is that there's this notion, I think when you're starting out, that like, oh, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, or like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure that problem out later. It is never going to get easier to figure that problem out. No matter what it is, don't punt the problem. You have to figure it. I feel like there's literally nothing in real estate that I've encountered in the 11 years that I've been doing this and the millions and millions of dollars that I've sold. I don't think there's been a single problem that time has solved, except maybe COVID.